Good morning, students. Today we will continue with water chapter, lesson number 8 of chemistry of 8th class. It is part 4 and video 9. In previous video we discussed about hygroscopic substances like silica gel, calcium chloride, magnesium chloride. It is silica gel, Na2SiO3, sodium hydroxide, soda lime and sulfuric acid. And we know that calcium chloride, soda lime and sulfuric acid, these drawing agent used by the scientist. Hygroscopic substances, we know what are these. As we have one packet of silica gel, these are the substances which absorb moisture from the atmosphere. That substances are known as hygroscopic substances. Then we discussed about deliquescent substances like calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, sodium hydroxide. These are hygroscopic substances also. But what is deliquescent substances? Solid hygroscopic substances which absorb much of atmospheric moisture that a solid dissolve in it and forming a concentrated solution. That's why we call these substances as deliquescent substances. Then we studied activity series of the metals, that are topmost most active metal potassium, sodium, calcium, and from top to bottom the reactivity of these metals decreases. Today we will discuss action of potassium and sodium on water. Among the common metals, potassium and sodium are most active ones. They are soft and get quickly affected by moisture and oxygen. Therefore, these two metals preserve in kerosene. A small piece of metal is cut with knife. Dried potassium and sodium, by pressing them between the folds of filter paper and dropped into a trough of water. Now we will observe how these two metals react with water. Sodium metal soon changes into a silver white globule and does not sink but dirt around the surface. Hissing sound is constantly heard and a yellow spark flies intermediately with pop sound. Resulting solution formed. When we dip red litmus in that solution, it will change in form of blue. It represents that this solution, it is alkaline in nature. And what is alkaline? Bases which dissolve in water. When sodium react vigorously with water, what it form? It form sodium hydroxide and it liberate hydrogen gas. But sodium when react with water, it form sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas liberated, due to which pop sound is formed. And sodium hydroxide, it is alkaline, which turn red litmus blue. Now we want to balance this reaction. Now how we can balance? Here which number will come? 2 sodium plus 2 molecule of water, it form 2 molecule of sodium hydroxide and 1 molecule of hydrogen. So in this way we will balance this equation. How we can balance this reaction? First, we will count atoms that shown in the equation. So here we will write the name of the elements present in this equation. These are the elements. Now we will write how many atoms are present on reactant side and product side. Reactant side, how many sodium are there? Atoms are present? 1. Hydrogen 2, oxygen 1. Clear? Product side, we will write sodium 1, hydrogen 2 or 1, 3, and oxygen 1 only. Now when we see atoms on both sides, equation is unbalanced due to hydrogen. Now we have to balance this one. So what we will do? We will place coefficient 2 before water. 4 hydrogen and 2 atoms of oxygen are formed. Now we will place coefficient of 2 before sodium hydroxide. Sodium atoms become 2, oxygen atoms become 2, hydrogen 2 and 2, 4. Now we will place coefficient 2 before sodium. Now how many atoms of sodium are present? 2. How many hydrogen? 4. Oxygen 2. Product side, how many atoms of sodium? 2. Oxygen 2. Hydrogen 2 plus 2, 4. Now we will write once again that how many atoms are present on both sides. Now see how many sodium atoms are present toward reactant side? 2. Toward product side? 2. Hydrogen 4 and product side 4. Oxygen reactant side 2 and product side 2. In this way both sides, when we tally, are balanced. Therefore this is a balanced equation. See in the book, underline some important points. First, underline about sodium that does not sink. Then underline yellow spark turn red litmus blue, alkaline. This reaction, sodium react vigorously with water to form sodium hydroxide and liberate hydrogen. At the same time, the reaction is highly exothermic. Underline exothermic. Which reaction it is? Exothermic reaction. And so the metal melts to form a globule. What is exothermic reaction? In which energy is liberated. The hydrogen burns with a pop and yellow sparks are produced by small particles of sodium. And sodium impart a yellow color to the flame. Now see the color of the flame. It is blue in color. But when we put pinch of salt over it, what is the color? Yellow. See once again, I put the salt, color of the flame, yellow. Similarly, potassium also react vigorously with water. It is also exothermic reaction. It form potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas liberated, and resultant solution it is also alkaline. It also turn red litmus into blue. So we will balance this equation also same way. 2 potassium plus 2 water give rise to 2 potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas get liberated. Potassium hydroxide, it is alkaline.
The action of calcium on water. Calcium is heavier than water, so piece of calcium sink in the water. Evolution of hydrogen get briskly, but after some time it get slowed down soon. As lime produce form coating over the calcium matter, it form calcium hydroxide or slaked lime. It is much lesser soluble in water than sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. So solution become turbid. Solution is this solution is also alkaline. It turn red litmus to blue.
What is the meaning of turbid? Because when calcium hydroxide not dissolved properly, like sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide, it make the solution turbid. What is the meaning of turbid? Turbid means cloudiness of fluid due to large numbers of individual particles. That particles which are not visible through our eyes. It is similar like the smoke. See the reaction. Calcium when react with water, it form calcium hydroxide. It is alkaline and liberate hydrogen gas. But hydrogen gas liberated during this reaction for less time. Afterward, it gets slowed down due to the coating of lime over the metal. Now we have to balance it. So what we will do, we will put 2 coefficient in before water. Now you can see the reaction get balanced. 4 hydrogen, 2 oxygen. It is 2 and 2, 4. 2 oxygen, calcium 1 atom on both sides. Next, the action of magnesium on water. We know magnesium being less active than calcium, sodium and potassium. So It displaces hydrogen from water very slowly at room temperature. It displaces hydrogen from water very slow at room temperature. However, this reaction is very fast with the steam. When magnesium powder is mixed with water, the evolution of hydrogen starts slowly and stop soon when magnesium oxide form coating over the metal particles. One activity is given in the book. See that in that activity, boil some water in a conical flask to replace the air inside with water vapor. Continue boiling and introduce a burning piece of magnesium ribbon into the mouth of conical flask. The ribbon continuously to burn. In steam, water vapor through the nature of changes. In air, magnesium burns with dazzling white flame, but in steam, it gives a smaller orange flame due to burning of liberated hydrogen. The particles of magnesium oxide falling into the water make it alkaline, and the solution or the mixture, it also turns red litmus into blue. See the reaction. Magnesium, when react with water, it form magnesium oxide and liberate hydrogen gas. Magnesium oxide, it is alkaline, it turn red litmus to blue. The action of iron on water. Iron is above the hydrogen in activity series and less active than magnesium. Iron displaces hydrogen from the water only when steam is passed over the red hot metal. A black oxide, tri-iron tetraoxide, Fe3O4, ferroso-ferric oxide, underline all this. Iron displaces hydrogen when steam, formula is same as water, when steam pass over the red hot iron, it form tri-iron tetraoxide, Fe3O4. Tri means 3, tetra means 4. Tri-iron tetraoxide. What is another name of this? Ferroso-ferric oxide. Tri-iron tetraoxide is considered mixed oxides of iron 2 and iron 3. It is balanced equation 3Fe plus 4H2O, Fe3O4 plus 4H2. Action of water on metal oxide. Oxides of highly active metal like potassium, sodium and calcium react vigorously, and these reactions are exothermic with water. They form hydroxides of the metal. Now hydroxide like potassium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, these hydroxides are alkalis. So these alkalis, we know it change red litmus to blue. See the reaction. Potassium oxide K2O, when react with water, it form potassium hydroxide. We will balance this equation properly. K2O plus H2O give rise to 2KOH. Similarly, sodium oxide Na2O plus H2O give rise to 2NaOH, sodium hydroxide. Calcium oxide plus water give rise to CaOH2. Okay. When we go down in activity series of the metal, what we will find that reactivity of the metal oxide with the water sharply decreases. Examples: magnesium oxide react with the water to form magnesium hydroxide, but to a very small extent. Aluminium oxide, zinc oxide, iron oxide, and many more. Once again, we will go through the reactions of highly reactive metals with water. See all the reaction I have written combinedly. What the similarities are there? First reaction sodium, second reaction potassium react with water, calcium, magnesium and iron. These all are metal. These metal when react with water, what they form? They form alkaline. Which solution? Alkaline solution. And which gas is liberated? In all cases, hydrogen. Hydrogen gas is liberated when highly reactive metal react with water. They form alkaline solution with liberation of hydrogen gas. An alkaline solution, how we can identify? It change red litmus to blue. In all these metal, similarity is formed. In these three reactions, these are not single metal, these metals with oxide. That's why metallic oxide when react with water, they form hydroxide group, but there is no liberation of hydrogen gas. And these three highly reactive metal, they react with water vigorously in oxide forms, but other metal in oxide form, they are not react so sharply. Little bit differences there. In case of sodium, when hydrogen liberated burns with yellow flame. In case of potassium, hydrogen liberate burns with violet flame. In case of calcium, liberation of hydrogen, it is slow down. Then in case of magnesium, when hydrogen liberated, it burns with dazzling white flame, but it gives smaller orange flame due to liberation of hydrogen. In this video, we discussed up to action of water on metal oxide. Note down reason test. Complete the following chemical equation. Potassium when react with water, what will be the product? Magnesium when react with steam, what will be the product with? Second question, define turbidity. Third, why are evolution of hydrogen slow down when calcium react with water? Fourth, what is another name of tri-iron tetraoxide? Do the test honestly and revise this chapter properly and write all the equation in your notebook. Thank you.